afternoon, Coach. Washington, George Radney, Challenger Community News. How you doing today?
Good afternoon, George. Doing well.
Great, glad to hear it. I was just question. I would like to one of your comments on Baylon Spector's play yesterday. How him being rushed into the game there after the Tyrel Dodson's injury. How would you uh, analysis give us an analysis on his play?
I thought he stepped in and did a really good job. He was physical. Baylor clearly understood the offense, understood some of the keys that he had to really focus on to put himself in a position to get to the football, to leverage formations, and to be in a position to finish plays. And it just speaks to Baylor's level of preparedness and just always keeping himself ready to step in and to contribute, because you never know what might happen. But overall, I was really excited to watch him go out and compete at the level that he did.
Yeah, it seems like he's really a tackler. I was really impressed with his tackling. He was wrapping guys up and bringing them down, which you don't see a lot of that from guys, especially younger guys when they first get into it, especially coming in the middle of a game, like he did. He's always been a tackler of this kind?
Well, tackling starts with the mentality, and Baylor definitely has the mentality to get downhill and to attack and to finish the play and to limit yards after contact. So we've seen that since he's been here throughout the preseason and in some of the opportunities where he's gotten a chance to play, and he really stepped it up yesterday. We needed it because the first half was one run concept after another, and most of them were perimeter runs where our linebackers and second-level defenders had to really get over and finish the ball carrier in space.
Yes, indeed. And one last question for you, Coach. Is there a part, I know it depends on your opponents, the Steelers, a team that like to run that ball straight ahead, up the middle type running team. One is a part where we might even get an opportunity to see Linval Joseph and Daquan Jones playing together on the field at the same time down the road here.
It's certainly possible. I mean, that situation, who dresses and who the decisions that are made as far as that's concerned is fluid from a week-to-week basis. Some of it has to do with availability, and some of it has to do with the style of offense that we will see with the next opponent. So that's certainly a possibility.
Yes, indeed. I think those two guys are definitely great, not great, but very good run stuffers. And thank you for your time and good luck this coming week.
Thank you, George.
Coach Washington, Mookie Hawkins, World Sports Today. How you doing?
Doing well, Mookie. How are you?
I'm doing great, Coach. Congrats on your fourth straight division title as well. Much deserved, much deserved. But, hey, tell the two halves, right, defensively. Miami comes out, and they use a little bit of that freeze action just to, I guess, move you guys out of your gap and, check your eye discipline and whatnot. But second half, they came out, and you only gave up 7 yards on the ground and a total of 17 plays. Just care to talk about what went into shutting down that run in the second half, Coach?
Well, we got a big boost from our offense. They were able to possess the football, and then the big punt return. Those things will help create a different mindset and urgency in an offense as opposed to the situation that we were in the first half. But I also want to give credit what credit is due, and that's the players. And that's a tough offense to diagnose. There is a lot of pre-snap motion. There are a lot of unconventional blocking concepts, a lot of things that can divert your attention from where the ball is actually going, and that's by design. And I think our guys settled in, and they were able to start to really, really feel this offense and know where to take their shots. Taron Johnson made a heck of a play on a perimeter run before it had a chance to really get to the perimeter. And I just thought that we settled in, and the guys did a great job of just our pursuit, our gap control, and just understanding where the run was actually going.
Absolutely. And now you're facing a tough Steeler opponent in a brand new season here in the playoffs. And Mason Rudolph coming in, 90% of his passes, this week. But that was mainly due to Harris's 26 carries, 112 yards. What would be, the mindset of slowing down Harris here at home?
Wow, you have to be. I mean, we're going to have to. This is a physical rushing attack. Both backs are extremely physical. The offensive line prides itself on dominating the line of scrimmage, whether you are a slant and angle team in the 3-4 tradition or you are a defensive philosophy like ours that's more gap control based. And so we're going to have to match and exceed their physicality, our discipline, our ability to separate from blocks, and then with both of these tailbacks. I mean, they're just physical runners. They're going to challenge what we call dark creases. So if you are in a position, as far as your gap is concerned, they're going to challenge your ability to finish the football play, whether you're an interior defender or you're outside on the edge. And so we're just going to have to match and exceed their physicality and just do a good job of executing our defensive concepts. It's a big challenge for us.
Absolutely, Coach. One more, if I could. How does last year experience in the first round, that first round loss at home last year, help motivate the approach going into?
Well, we defeated the Miami Dolphins in the wild card game last year, and then we did not win in the second divisional round against Cincinnati, and so we were able to win that game. And then we were fortunate to have 2 back-to-back home games in the playoffs. And anytime you have success, you want to assess that and try and replicate that, maintain the things that allowed you to be in that position. And when you don't have success, we want to make sure that we learn from that, grow and address that situation. But every team's different. This is a new year. This is a new team, and I like chances. No disrespect to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to get their best effort. We got to be ready. But I really love the mindset of our players. I love the confidence that they have. And we'll have a great week of preparation to go out and do our best.
Absolutely, Coach. Congrats on the new season. Good luck this week.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Eric. John Worrell with the AP. With all the injuries, how has this team been able to embrace the deficiencies in some ways? I mean, I'm not sure if embrace is the right word, but it seems to have overcome them and perhaps even embrace the opportunities that have come forward.
Well, number one, we don't see the player availability or guys not being available as a deficiency. We don't look at it that way. Sean has made it clear, not only with the roster but the coaching staff, that we want to make sure that we are preparing everyone here as if they're going to be out in live action in a critical situation. I know the coaches have embraced that. We have a fantastic coaching staff that takes pride in coaching every single player in the room. And we have players that embrace the realization that attrition is real. And at some point, they're going to have to step in and compete in live action, not in practice, not a preseason game, but in a live NFL game with the types of things at stake that we saw yesterday. So the mindset is we just don't see it as a deficiency. We see it as just a normal part of what we're doing week in and week out in terms of just having everybody ready to play.
Moving on to the Steelers, how have you seen Rudolph maybe settle that offense? What is he doing that is settling that group and have them win and performing?
He's making good decisions. He's getting the football out of his hands. He's making the appropriate checks at the line of scrimmage based on what he perceives the look to be from the defense. And I think he's just providing the type of veteran leadership at a critical position that the entire offense can rally around.
And just the last thing from me, the Bills have been exceptionally. He may have been Rudolph may have been in the league since 2019, but I think he's only had 13 starts. What has made the Bills exceptionally good against quarterbacks with 16 and fewer starts? You're 21-2 since 2019, and have only allowed 12 touchdowns. Is that just the nature of football and going up and being a veteran unit going up against somebody who may have not been around the league for that often?
I'm sure that's definitely a factor, but I also think that there's a little bit of a coincidence in that whole situation. We want to, our desire is to go out and we have to affect the quarterback position with the things that we work on every single week. And that's our look, that's our discipline, that's putting them behind the sticks, getting them off schedule, create negative plays, and then also with our rush and our blitzers. So yeah, I'm not sure why that's the case. I know that when you don't have as much experience, sometimes it's sometimes you hold on the ball a little bit longer. Sometimes you go in a place that we would want you to go and that your offensive design does not want you to go. Sometimes those experience is a real factor. But this young man has had enough starts and experiences under his belt that we're going to have to really do a great job of disrupting that and putting ourselves in a position to be opportunistic.
Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hey, Coach, you talked about shutting down and slowing down Najee Harris a little bit, but they also can go to their game in the air. I mean, Mason Rudolph is averaging almost 10 yards per pass attempt right now and is good for a couple of big plays a game with George Pickens and Deontay Johnson. So how do you blend the two of stopping the run, but also being able to stop the big plays that this offense has had in the last few weeks?
Without question, you have to make sure that from a mindset standpoint and how we deploy our resources, we have to stop the run. We've got to do a great job of doing that from a variety of looks so that we don't compromise one thing in pursuit of trying to slow down something else. And stopping the run, defending the run is an 11-man operation. So we're going to need everyone involved, and that includes our corners and safeties at times. But at the same time, we can't give up plays over the top. And so it's a delicate blend, and we just have to make sure that whatever we're doing, we are aware of how explosive they are via the ground and also in the air.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.